This Sunday's readings from Scripture kind of pick back up on this theme of who is the greatest, and in some ways some competition between the disciples. And James and John want Jesus to give them these positions of honor, and Jesus is constantly working on them, trying to reorder their way of thinking, and he promises them that they're going to share in his greatness, but continuing to draw them back to the reality that Jesus is flipping everything on its head, right? To have those positions of great honor aren't just handed out for the sake of it. They're not just because James and John are friends of Jesus. They're close to him. They're in his inner circle. It's not just that they're there, but they're earning them. And the crazy thing is, yes, they're earning them, but it's a sort of honor to be with Jesus that you don't go seeking after it, trying to earn it in the same way that you would an earthly honor. So, as Jesus reorders everything and flips it on his head, he's trying to remind them, look, this is all about making yourself little, making yourself, in a sense, insignificant, serving the needs of other people. For the Son of Man came not to be served, not to, sit at, some earthly banquet table and just feast on the good things of this earth, but he came to serve and to give his life as a ransom for many. And so the disciples and all the followers of Jesus down through our day, all of us are called to do the same, right? To become little, not to seek the great honors that you might see in an earthly sense, but the honor of imitating Jesus in laying down his life for other people. Now, that takes us back, references back to one of the suffering servant passages from the prophet Isaiah, which we hear in the first reading, and kind of making this connection between Jesus, the Messiah, and this servant of Israel in the prophet. And they're certainly related, but they open up for us the concept of what Jesus is talking about, and that is that point about coming to give his life as a ransom for many. Now, many or all? Did Jesus come to save some, or did he come to save all of us? And this is one of those things that there's been some debate, and people take issue with the wording of this. So you might even remember in the old translation of the Mass, we had a reference to Jesus coming to save all people. Well, now that word is many. And here's the thing. In the context of what was happening in the Scriptures, the story that's described, when it says that Jesus or the servant came to serve many, the word many really actually means all. So, that raises the question, well, why didn't they just say all? Well, in the original language, it made sense that it referred to all, right? And we're the ones who need a little bit of a corrective or an explanation. So when they, retranslated the Mass, they put the word many instead of all, so that it was more authentic to the Scripture as the Scripture is written. But we need to understand that in reality, Jesus' mission really is to save all people, to serve all people. So it's not just, the many, whoever is able to get in, whoever is able to get a piece of, Jesus' ministry, but his intention, his hope is that all might be saved through his laying down his life as a ransom. So, he really has given up his life for every last person in the history of the world, and it's up to us to respond, imitate him, laying down our lives in return. So allow those thoughts to draw you deeper into the Scriptures today, and hopefully, most especially, to imitate Jesus in being a servant of all those around you.